What is up, YouTube? Welcome back. Day 3. Um, Feeling really good. So today was really busy. I stayed up real late last night trying to figure out some recording, editing, and publishing the YouTube videos. They turned out pretty low quality. I really didn't know how to fix that, so I looked up some stuff after I recorded them because I was just like, it's part of the learning process, so just put it out there. I don't care if it's low quality, the videos to come will be better anyways. And hopefully everything that I learned I can implement in this video when I upload it, and it'll be a little bit higher quality. We'll see. On top of that, I know it's going to be low quality. I don't have a good microphone or a good camera yet. They're coming soon in a couple of days, so I'm excited to do that. Um, I also um, woke up pretty early, just naturally, which sounds awful, but it was actually kind of a blessing because I thought I didn't have work today. Turns out I did. And so thank goodness I was able to get up and see that I did have work and made up on time. So we worked this morning, got off of work, showered, um, and I usually dash after that, but I hung out with my girlfriend. We went on a date. It was super fun. And yeah, I went to Walmart to grab a couple, or not Walmart, Target, grab a couple of things. It was a good day. And while I'm driving yard to yard while I'm working, I have the TJR videos, the boot camps playing. So I was able to watch two. I think we might have talked a little bit about one of them already, but I'll go more in depth today about it. Day two of the boot camp was specifically on candlesticks and certain formations, I guess you could call them, and how important it is to recognize those and how much they can influence the market depending on what it is. He very much so emphasized the fact that they make up the entire graph. If you can understand the basics, the candlesticks, then you can use your intuition, what you learned, and really understand where a graph is going. So we'll kind of pull that up later in the video. Fun fact, this is actually my second time recording this because I used the wrong mic. So heck yeah. Um, but yeah, so watch two of those. The second one I watched, it was about discipline, so he didn't even go into trading much at all. And something that he mentioned in the video is that he kind of wants to split the boot camps up. One day being more focused on trading, and the next being more focused on mindset and mentality. So I'm thinking I want to watch two a day just so I can get trading information and the mentality things all in one day because I don't want to take a day break trying to learn. So yeah, it was really good. I bought a notebook. I already journal, but I bought another notebook for notes because I don't like doing the Google Docs and I just didn't have a notebook. So I bought one, 99 cents at Target. Ignore my handwriting, it's really bad. But um, the most important takeaways from these videos that I watched is one, in the discipline one, talks a lot about being goal oriented, how any successful person that you'll ever meet makes goals achievable and they reach for them. Either you fall short of the goal or you make it. Either way, you're winning. Even if you don't reach the goal, if you're trying. Another thing he talks about is creating habits. Um, it is so important to create good habits, to step outside of your comfort zone. So he, the homework for that video is to create a new habit, step out of your comfort zone. He used the gym as a great example. It always is. If you're lazy, you sleep in, you're on your bed scrolling, then make a goal, that time that you're scrolling, probably be an hour worth of time. I mean, people probably have a lot more than that. I know I do. Um, Limit it and then use that time that you would have used scrolling, being useless on your bed, go to the gym or something like that. If you're already comfortable going to the gym, then you can't create that habit or because it's already created. For me, I'm going to start with the habit of journaling. I want to journal every single day. I don't want to miss it. and that'll be my goal. He made up, I say made up because I don't think it was an actual statistic, but he made up the fact that 21 days of doing something will create the habit, and then 60 days will make it a ritual routine. So 60 days journaling every single day, that'll be the goal. And then once that habit I feel like is really solidified, I'll pick a new habit to start, whether that's going on a run every single day, whether that's reading pages of a book. Um, I'll figure it out when I get there. Another aspect of the two videos that I watched in the one, trading focused one, was candlesticks, as we mentioned. So I won't talk about them right now because I want to pull up my computer screen to kind of show what he was talking about. Um, but it was kind of nice to actually learn something about the market. Um, because right now I'm completely lost. It's day 3, and I really don't even know what I'm looking at. I don't have a single clue when I open these graphs. I know um, the very, very basics. So it's good to kind of learn a little bit. And he mentioned, yes, it's starting very, very basic, but as we get along into the series, he'll teach more in depth. So we can pull out my screen here and take a look at what we're talking about. Okay, so this is the graph for gold I've been looking at here. Let me refresh it just so it restarts. Um, the homework he gave in the day 2 video, centered on around trading and candlesticks, is to find 10 examples of the candlesticks he mentioned. So we'll take a look at some of those that he mentioned. Um, he emphasized a lot about the fact that these candlesticks create the whole graph. So if you understand these candlesticks, you understand the graph. So the first one being a doji, and he kind of grouped in the doji and the long-legged doji. I know this picture is very low quality, but it'll have to do. So if we look here, we can probably find some of those. Um, let's see. So here are just some random dojis, just a completely horizontal line and a candle wick. So I guess if you're going off of this chart, these would be kind of either like long-legged dojis or, cross dojis. Speaking of cross dojis, or kind of when, oh, this is a good example of just a long-legged doji. So straight in the center there, and a pretty long candle wick. A cross doji will have the doji, um, or will have the body, excuse me, the body kind of towards one of the sides, one of the ends. So either lower or higher. So would be like a reverse cross doji. Um, and it's kind of nice. It's kind of satisfying to actually open the graph and look at it and recognize things that were being taught. So another cross doji there. Um, so I like that. I know it's very, very basic, very beginning, but it feels good to see it at least. Moving on, we have, I think, what's called a dragonfly doji. Yeah. So I actually was trying to find these earlier, and I, for the life of me, could not find one. So from my very limited experience, I'm guessing they're kind of just not that common. I mean, you get kind of close, but like that's a cross doji. So what makes a dragonfly doji is if the body of the doji, so these are some cross ones, but if the body was at the very top right here. So I guess we can just make sort of an example so we can visualize it probably a little bit better. Let's see. Hmm. Yeah, I guess we can just use lines. So it would just be straight across here, and straight down the middle right there. So that would be, it's just like a T. Um, that would be a dragonfly. For life of me, can't find them. But once I see one, I'll be pretty exciting. And for the next one, we got hammers. And I'll just group these together and then a reverse hammer as well. So you can find these right here. Good example, good example, good example. So yeah, like a small body and kind of leaning towards the top or bottom here. But yeah, those are all the candlesticks he mentioned. Another thing I kind of want to talk about that I learned before I started these bootcamp videos is it was kind of cool looking at these graphs and seeing different um, breakpoints and changes of characters. So you see, this is a good example right here. So we're going up, up, and then a change of character occurs right here when this candle wick, or this candlestick, excuse me, fails to be higher than its predecessor. So that'll be your change of character right there. And as soon as that happens, it starts to go down, which is really interesting. And then you see another, I guess, quote unquote, change of character right here when it starts to head up, and then it creates an uptrend. So you see these breakpoints has a higher high, higher low. Each of these have a higher high and a higher low, and it creates this uptrend until eventually it actually keeps going for a while until there's a change of character and then it starts to head back down. But it's really cool to see that as well because, you know, we took notes on it and I haven't really been able to look at it until recently. So that was gratifying to say the least. And again, I don't know what I'm looking at still. I guess the most important things is to figure out what's causing this, not just recognizing it in previous, so that in the live graph, if we go all the way to where it's at right now, let's see. If we go all the way to where we're at right now, we'll be able to predict those things, right? That's not already there. Because like we're right here, it looks like it's kind of in a downtrend. So how am I going to be able to predict when a change of character is going to occur? And when is an uptrend gonna begin? Because if I can learn how to predict those things, we're in business, that's the whole thing. But for right now, not a clue. But we'll get there. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about concerning the knowledge we learned about candlesticks and change the character and breakpoints, things like that. Awesome. So that's the majority of what I wanted to talk about. One of the last things are I'm setting daily goals and, medium term and long term goals as well. So, for my yearly goals, I have 3 written down. I'll probably add more in the future. But the very, very basics. One, I want to grow my following 10,000 followers on TikTok by the end of the year. Currently at 7, and 1,000 for YouTube. I know YouTube's harder to grow, but if my TikTok grows, my YouTube will grow. Both of them will grow, and we'll be happy. So I posted my first 2 TikToks I've ever posted today. And I'm gonna post a third one after I'm done recording this video, before I edit this video actually, because it's getting pretty late and energy is going down fast. The the last goal that I wrote for yearly is I want to build a portfolio to $10,000 by the end of the year. I think that would be sick. If we don't get there, it's okay. You know, we'll definitely be further ahead than where we are right now. And if we go past it, we're gonna be rich. You know what I'm saying? So, in order to achieve long-term goals, you need to set um, consistency goals, daily goals, monthly goals, whatever it is. So right now I have daily goals, and every single day I'm not gonna end my night until I finish all of my goals. One, um, this is kind of separate, but that new habit, journaling every single day. Um, Another one, studying the market for at least 1 hour a day in my own time. So outside of the videos, outside of my note taking, I want to just look at the graphs, recognize what I'm being taught, and see if I can kind of gain some experience, because there's no speeding up that process. Another thing that is going to be vital is watching these bootcamp videos, which I'm absolutely loving so far. 10 out of 10. Shout out to TJR. Just kidding. He's never going to see that. Or maybe in a year, who knows? Just kidding. But watch. I wrote down one, but I think it's gonna be necessary to watch two. So watch two bootcamp videos a day. One focused on mentality, one focused on, trading. Because I don't want to take day breaks and learning something new about, the graphs, because it's just gonna slow down the process. So two a day, I think is great, very very achievable. They're like 20 to 30 minutes long. And often I put it in like 1.25 speed or something like that. And then the last daily goal that I wrote, and again I'll probably add more as my ambitions grow. I want to post one YouTube video a day and 3 TikToks a day, if not more. But that's the bare minimum. That's the minimum. Consistency is king. So yeah, I think that's everything I have. Um, so we're gonna get it done. But if you ended up watching this video, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like it, make sure to subscribe. Appreciate everyone, and I will see you guys for day 4 tomorrow. See ya.